Hey, what up, eh?
What up?
Welcome back to the Breakpoint.
Are we actually live this time?
Oh yeah, we live.
It work?
Yeah, I don't know what it was doing, but
It work?
it was playing with my emotions, so I had to break it down and put it back up again.
Did
Sometimes
you
we
did you get the intro music?
hmm.
Did you get the intro music?
What intro music?
Like on my screen, there was a 30-second countdown, and there was some
Oh,
bumper
that
intro
was me.
music. Oh, you did that?
Yeah. How you doing? How you doing, Mr. James? Look at that. People popping straight in. That's good. I like to see that. How's everybody doing today?
Where do you see the chat?
You can't see it?
In full screen mode now. Our chat will appear in the corner of your screen. Okay, I guess.
There you go. So how's everybody
I guess it's
doing?
open.
So this is Coach A, Coach C. Again, welcome to the Breakpoint. And good afternoon, guys. Chad, boys. Okay, so and yep, you was the first to be in the chat today, which is good. So we're gonna cover timing today and a couple other topics. So, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down, take a look at my video footage. I don't mind the criticism at all.
Criticism is good, folks.
So, which brings me to, I don't know if anybody watches Lewis, but Lewis went off because Lewis don't like people talking about Lewis.
It sounds like Joel.
But Lewis is on YouTube, so I mean, you kind of put yourself out there for people to criticize you.
Yeah, if you invite people into your private space to then make your private space public, then it's okay to scrutinize you.
Sorry, guys, I'm trying to eat to get myself up because believe it or not, Coach has league. So remember, I'm trying to give out a mystery ball, and every week I'm going to give out a mystery ball if somebody guesses my score. So
778.
778 tonight.
778.
All right. Well, make sure you put it in the thing, A, because I ain't gonna remember. Well, that's on video, so we good.
Right? Where's it go? Community tab?
Yep.
Who's in here now with us?
Chad's in here. Boy's in here.
Tell them to say something because I don't see any chat.
Brandon's in here. I'm seeing it. They put it in the chat.
I know you're seeing it, but I'm not.
Let me see if I need to do something.
Do I have to get out of full screen? No, I don't see.
Oh, I can show it on the screen. That's hot.
I see a chat box, but I don't see anything typed.
I don't know, man. Look, I'm not an expert at StreamYard. So there is no such thing as a bad style. There is no such thing as a bad style, guys. I mean, what works for you works for you. The only thing that you need to make sure is that you have commonalities with when you're getting to the line. So Kelly said 693.
That's a good one.
Ed said 723. You said 778.
What are all these threes? Y'all need to bring those either up or down.
Yeah, somebody did. Somebody did you right. Like Lewis is fire. I give you all the credit in the world. Are you on your? You're not on your phone right now, are you? You're on your computer.
Me? No, I'm on my laptop.
Yeah, I don't know why you're not seeing the chat, bro.
I don't either, but it's bugging me. I have the thing selected for the chat to show.
Brandon says 642. So for all of you guys who haven't had a chance to look at the community tab yet, I put a video in there in regards to tonight's bowl. And last week I bowled really bad, but nobody picked the number though. But I bowled really bad. But it's okay. It was the first week. I got bored. Didn't really want to be there because there was no brackets. There was no anything. It was just old people bowling. That's pretty much
it was just bowling.
Yeah, it was it was no competition. I wasn't entertained, but you know what? I'm changing my ways. I'm gonna take it seriously, and I'm gonna try to light people up. So from now on, what they're gonna get is light up, Coach C, because I'm gonna try to light you up. So but anyway, in the community tab when I put it in there though, I even put the balls in there, and I'm gonna throw some balls that are at 5,000 grit with compound on 4 sides and polish on top of that 4 sides. So I'm really, really, really trying to get it to go a little straighter,
You're throwing
straight.
a popsicle.
Chaz said hi to Brandon and everybody.
Light it up with Lewis.
Yeah, light it up with Lewis. He went off, but listen, I can't be mad at Lewis because at least he was man enough to vocalize it. But there's a part in there that he said that was kind of confusing. He said that if you don't like him, call him.
Right. It's the
Then
TikTok
he
girl
said,
band.
if you don't have my phone number, you can't call me because you don't know me.
Right. And if you don't know him, then you don't know him well enough to criticize him, is what he's saying.
Right. But here's the thing, though. I'm a coach, sure. And I bowl, sure. But when I put my footage out there, it's open for anybody to criticize.
Right. Everybody's at
But,
practice with you when you do that.
but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that he's not realizing. It's not just bowling they can criticize. They can be like, Coach, you look like you're about 20 pounds overweight. They can be like, Coach, you're losing your hair, bro. They can criticize me for anything.
They can't really do that. It's too late for that.
What? My wife said I already lost my. That's not funny. My wife said I already lost my hair. That's messed up. You guys hear this? That's a marital abuse. Is that even a thing? Marital abuse.
Call the Lewis hotline.
Call the Lewis hotline? You
Right.
mean the whining line?
The whining line.
But for real though, no, real talk though. Listen, guys, you guys can criticize. That's why when I put the short out today though, and I do it all the time. Tell me what you see. Because what people don't realize is by you seeing me do things either bad and then learn to correct them, that's also something that's going to help you.
Right. And criticism is good. It's good for you. It builds character. And also, the people criticizing, you don't know what their motivation is for that criticism. They could be a quote internet troll, as they say, or it could be somebody that wants to help you get better, that wants to help you succeed.
Okay, so that's very true. And Abby tells me I'm losing my hair all the time. But then again, I'm not so sure I'm losing my hair or not because her Abby math is kind of skewed a little.
No, that's your hearing. She's saying you're losing your mind.
Oh, yeah, that could be true. That could definitely be true. Hey, wait a minute. That's not funny. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so Brandon, yeah, I look like I might be in a little bit of trouble in my fantasy football. Hey, but guess what?
Talk about fantasy football.
I might be undefeated. Was you able to get into it and figure out?
I still can't. I don't have a clue who's on my team.
Well, why don't you call ESPN?
You want me to chat?
Do the chat so they can at least get you in there.
You want me to call ESPN?
No, I'm saying go to fantasy football thing and go to the app thing and say you're having trouble, and then you should be able to jump in.
Oh, you want me to go through their troubleshooting services?
Yeah, listen, dude, your team cannot be worse than mine, and I picked it.
It can be worse than yours because AI picked it.
I think AI did a better job picking than I did. I'm being serious. The only person I got is Jalen Hurts, and I'm not sure I need him.
I don't know. Wait.
I got Aaron Rodgers. Does that count? I got a 40-something-year-old.
Do you have a healthy Aaron Rodgers?
Who knows with Aaron Rodgers? He didn't even go to minicamp.
Yeah.
So anyway, again, guys, criticize all you want. It's okay with me. I'm open to it. So I'm going to actually
criticize everyone, regardless of what they think.
I'm with him. Yeah. Especially if they're on YouTube.
Because here's the thing. You got to ask Lewis. And this is the one thing that triggers me about this attitude, right? Lewis is a basketball fan. Okay? He loves the Miami Heat. He's weird like you. I guarantee you, there's a game where he's watching the Miami Heat play, and he plays couch coach and says, "Oh, what was that call? Oh, how could you make that pass? Why would you take that shot? What are you doing? Why didn't you steal that? Grab a board." You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you he does that, and maybe not with basketball, but I would imagine basketball because I think he's more of a Heat fan. And I've never heard him talk about football or any other sports. But I guarantee you at some point he's done that. And that's hypocritical. And I don't like people that are hypocrites.
Listen, man, I'm with you. But again, you're on YouTube. If somebody says your bowling style sucks, well, so?
Yeah.
And if you don't like they're talking about it, improve it. I mean, improve it. But that's the thing though. That's like somebody had messaged me and said, "Hey coach, maybe you shouldn't be calling people out to bowl you." They say they're open to bowl anyone.
Right. They openly say on their channel, bring on the challenges.
And then they bowl other people.
And says, here's the email to do it.
Right. And then you do it and they don't want no parts of it. And right. Like for me, anybody that walks through the door, I'm going to bowl you. I mean, my boy Conley from Texas walked through the door. I bowled him. Right. You walk through my door and you say, let's bowl, let's bowl. If Schleyball comes through my door, I'm going to say, let's bowl.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because that's the reality. And by the way, next time you get on my back about mentioning Mikey's name wrong, everybody butchers his name. Everybody. I seen it on the Baker, whatever. They can't even say his name right.
Wait, so because other people are stupid, that means it's okay for you to be stupid? Is that what you're
watch yourself?
Is that what you're asserting? Are you sure you want to go down this route?
Don't get beat up on camera.
You sure you want to go this route?
Sure? Hey, I say it right, Schleyball. I say it right. I know that right? Mike and Mikey's a phenom.
It's not that hard to say Schleyball instead of Schlowball.
All right, so part 2 to this conversation. Last week we had Keith on, and Keith he's awesome. I mean, I like the guy. He's awesome. Matter of fact, he's so awesome. I would like him to come back.
Bald bowling. I asked him to come back.
Yeah, the Bald Bowling Brothers, or what is it called?
Bald Brothers Bowling, I think.
Yeah, Bald Brothers Bowling. And after he came on, he dropped another yo-yo video where he broke down professional bowlers. Huh?
He broke down the pros.
Yeah, he broke down the pros because he was trying to make his point so much so he was like, yeah. So I watched it because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Keith, so I watched it. And then I realized Keith's got a problem. Problem is Keith can't tell the difference between loading up the ball and cupping the ball. See, loading up the ball, if you have your hand here, when you're getting underneath the ball, your thumb goes to the wall, your right wall if you're right-handed, and your fingers come up because you're bending the elbow getting underneath the ball. You can do it without bending the wrist because you're not anyway. You're loading up, right? So then when you come out the ball, you're uncoupling it to get out the ball, which is straightening the arm and getting out. He can't tell the difference between that and a cup.
Yeah, like one of the first example he used, I believe, was BJ Moore, and BJ Moore barely bends anything. Like I was really shocked that he used BJ Moore as his example. Because he has the slightest bend in his elbow and his wrist is straight. He does not cup his wrist. And then everything at the end just, goes forward.
Okay, so in the chat, I'm still with you, and I'll respond to that in 1 second. In the chat, Chad said that he's in the non-money league, and he tells everybody it's at the end of the night, it's great bowling with him. Look, it's great for me to bowl with anybody I bowl with because bowling for me is an enjoyment. So I'm enjoying it. When I bowl with Conley or any of the fellas, I'm enjoying it. When I bowl tonight with everybody, I'm going to enjoy it. Sometimes I just get a little bored. That's all. But we're gonna change that because I'm a competitive person. So when I bowl, I want to be. I need you to be. I need you. I need a driving force sometimes. But I have that all the time with my boy Drew. But sometimes we be laughing and joking too much. But long story short, though, I'm on a mission, and my mission is to win something this year. Tournaments, regionals, whatever it shall be. You know what I mean? Maybe I can meet Charles out there. Then he won't have no choice but to see me.
You also said you wanted to average 230.
Yep. I do. I want to pop that 230 this year.
You can't do that with too many 500 series.
Hey Brandon, I didn't give Conley a butt whooping, man. I mean, that's my dude. He's a beast. He's a beast. I think he shot like 6 something last week in league. He did his thing. He's repping Texas proud.
Speaking of which, are we ever going to see Tashawn?
What about him?
You had a match at some point, and it never made its way onto the channel. So I don't know if we're waiting for a rematch or what. What's up with that?
You're gonna have to wait for it. Man, it was a beating. I didn't even want to. I beat him worse than I did Lon, and I wasn't even trying.
He needs a coach while he's playing you. That's what he needs.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
How am I going to help him?
Bowl against him?
How what?
How am I going to bowl him and coach him at the same time?
I'll coach him.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Oh, now I see it. I see the chat on my TV. I still don't see it on the laptop.
Hey, Brandon, yeah, I know you guys are good friends, and I'm gonna give him a rematch when he's ready. But this time I get to take the gloves off. So let me tell you guys something. When you guys are trying to learn to bowl and increase your rev rate, you have to ask yourself a question. Is this what you really want to do? Because if you're going to be a house bowler, maybe you're fine right where you are. Now, if you plan on bowling in tournaments, then yeah, increasing your stuff is smart. But my bowling balls are over 6,000 grit right now because I can't stay. I can't be right of 35 with my feet on a fresh league shot. Well, that's because after practice, it ain't fresh anymore. But that's what I'm saying. Think about it. If you're not going to be bowling in tournaments, like sports shots, for example, think about it before you want to do it. Because you won't need all them revs. Because remember, revs create friction. So, yeah. And if you're like me, I'm very rev dominant, not speed dominant. So, yeah, left turn, Clyde. So,
you think you're rev dominant?
Huh?
I don't. You really think you're rev dominant?
Yeah, I am.
I don't think you're rev dominant. I think you might be match, but I don't think you're rev dominant.
I think I'm slightly rev dominant. If I could get my speed into the 15s consistently, then you'd be right. I would be matched. But I think at this point, I'm more rev dominant. I don't want to be, but I don't have a choice.
Well, your slower speed is also a factor of where you play on the lanes, as well as the patterns you play on.
Yeah, I think Conley be sandbagging. Well, he ain't sandbagged last week. Lust Park is about an hour outside of Chicago. But you're more than welcome to come on down. I mean, come on down, bowl with Coach C. So yeah, I think it's a level place. But remember, we have a bunch of bowling alleys here. I just tend to deal with park lanes. We have Forest Hills, which I wouldn't recommend to anyone. We have Viking lanes, which is gorgeous. We have Don Carter lanes, which a lot of events like the state championships and stuff like that is held there. Then we have Cherry Bowl. That's where the PWBA do their Rockford Open every year. And then, of course, So then we have Elgin and all those all the way to Chicago. So there's a lot of beautiful houses. Again, I just would not recommend going to Forest Hills.
What's wrong with
Matter
Forest
of
Hills?
fact, matter of fact, I if I didn't like you, I still wouldn't send you to Forest Hills. Matter of fact, we could go out to the parking lot and put some pins up and go bowl out there, and it'd probably be a little better.
What's wrong with Forest Hills?
People that run it don't know what they're doing, so the lanes are bad. It's dirty. You need a tetanus shot. A couple other things, usual.
Is it an old center?
It does by the way it look. Now, am I saying this? Oh, no. But I'm saying, listen, if you feel like you need to take a shower after you leave and you didn't bowl, that's probably a problem.
That's a
See what I mean?
problem.
Yeah, and the lanes are not very good either. You Columbus, Ohio. Maybe I might come see you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go see Chad when you go see Mikey.
Mikey's in Indiana.
No,
Oh, you
not
talking about Tang?
Schlebaugh. Mikey
You talking about
Tang.
Tang?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. I might have to do that. See, I'm from Pennsylvania, so if I ever go home, I'm probably fly. Let's not even lie about that, because I ain't driving nowhere. I ain't driving nowhere.
You're gonna fly to
So,
Ohio?
huh?
You're gonna fly to Ohio?
Yeah, I'm not driving. That's like 8 hours
To Columbus?
for me. Yeah, let's
You're
look.
8 hours from to Columbus?
I think so.
That's cap.
You know what, man? Don't be capping me. I said I'm looking.
I don't believe it.
You know what, man? You smart, but you ain't that smart.
Don't ever accuse me of that. 30
What?
minutes from Mike. Oh, Chad's 30 minutes from Mikey's shot. That's badass.
6 hours.
Yeah, that sounds better. That's not bad.
that's that's 5 more hours than I'm driving.
That's still too far.
Yeah, that's 5 more hours than Hey, babe. Just out of general curiosity, am I driving 5 hours anywhere? Yeah, we went to Florida. My wife drove the whole way, 17 hours.
Crazy.
It's true. I'm not. Look, at least I'm honest.
True.
I'd be the worst PBA tour person ever because I'm not driving anywhere. They better have check bags.
What are you gonna do when you go to all these regional stops?
That's why I
You gonna
drew
fly?
them going.
You gonna fly everywhere, or are you just
You
gonna
hear
be a
me?
passenger? You just don't
Hey,
want to be behind the wheel.
thank you. That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
Drew and them driving. I'm where am I from? I'm from small place in Pennsylvania. I mean, I'm in McChesney Park, Illinois, which is Loves Park, Illinois, which is Rockford, Illinois.
Is
So
Uniontown that small?
yeah, Uniontown that's small. Hey, Uniontown is so small
Uniontown's
that
not that small.
you
If you
listen.
ask,
Uniontown is so small, right? That when you drive into Uniontown, it's like driving back into 1965.
if you ask people from Pittsburgh about Uniontown, they're gonna know what Uniontown is.
Yeah, they are. They're going to tell you it's like going back into the future.
It's not like Meadville.
No, seriously, dude, it's like going back into the future. You see cars from the 70s. I mean, it's like you hit a time
Well, that's
warp.
just because that place is different.
Huh?
That's just because that place is that different.
It is. But it's a wonderful place to raise kids. I'll give you that. I would never go back. That place like the black hole. Every time you think you're out, it pulls you back in. That's why I don't even go back to visit. I just leave it alone. Bye.
Sounds like Detroit.
Yeah, I just won't. I just won't do it. I gotta go to Detroit, man. I need to roll with Brunswick.
You're gonna go to Muskegon.
Yeah, everybody go to bowl with Brunswick, but me. I don't even care. If I go there, then I want listen. If I go there, I want to bowl with Dasha. I don't care about Brunswick.
Set it up. Dasha's on tour right now, isn't she?
You know, they just ended their tour, didn't they?
I don't know.
I mean, she's the best up there, so that's who I want to bowl with is Dasha because she's far better than Brunsnick.
Well, yeah, she's a pro. Brunsnick is Brunsnick.
Right. So, so yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get into some bowling talk.
Or you can run into Andrew Anderson on your way there. Oh, and to answer your question, I live in Florida, but I'm from Pittsburgh. Whoever was asking.
Yeah, we some PA boys.
Yep.
Yeah, the PWBA tour just ended. Dude, you know, this is gonna be a weird thing to say. I'm a bigger fan of the girls than I am the guys.
Okay. Why is that
Well,
so weird?
I know I'm just saying because I think girls have to use precision. I'm not saying the men don't have it, but they have so much power.
Oh, so
You know, the women,
you're
huh?
asserting that their power. You're asserting that the power bails them out.
A little bit.
Interesting.
On the women's side, there's only 5 girls with that kind of power.
How
Just
come
5.
those 5 girls aren't winning all the time? Then?
One of them is. One of them is.
Which
The
one?
the other. Listen, let's be real. Daria is phenomenal as a referee. She is. I guess consistency comes into play. That's why Diana Zavalawa is that much better because she's
You're
consistent.
so bad with last name.
I so bad. I butchered it so bad, but it's okay.
Zavialova.
There it is. And Verity Crowley, she's also consistent. So them two win. The other one just doesn't.
That's
I mean,
fair.
and I think Verity made what, like 5 shows this year?
Yep.
So I mean, you can't win them all, but to make them, that's saying something.
Right.
So we got Maryland in the house, huh?
John says it's a different game.
What part of the game is different, John? You mean the male versus the female and the male game is different, or what do you think? Because I hate to tell you this, I don't think it should be a male or female game. I know some people think I'm nuts, but last time I checked, there's 10 pins for everybody.
They all play on the same stuff.
Yeah, no, see, that's John. I don't think it's 2 different games, man. I think that we're all bowling on the same lanes, on the same surface, hitting the same 10 pins. And here's why I say it. Liz Johnson is not the outlier. She's just somebody that tries. And she's actually won on the PBA tour. She's won on the PBA 50 tour. And I mean, the girls, when they bowl, because they get to bowl in our US Open and stuff, they do pretty well. So bowling is one sport where I don't see a 6'5", 300-pound man with an advantage over a 5'1" girl. I don't see it. I bowl with some females that are just lights out. I don't care who you are. So when it comes to boxing, I get it. Baseball, I get it. Basketball, oh, I get it. But bowling,
Not so much.
Okay, I like what he just said. Liz Johnson is a great. That's true. That's what you're 100% right. Liz Johnson is a great. However, look at the females that have done good on the PBA tour. And that is O'Keefe used to do really well before she became ill.
Yeah.
Danielle McEwen also has done very well. See, here's what you guys are. Here's where you guys are messed up at. So I'm gonna clear this. Huh?
Was it Lee May, the girl that's beating everybody right now?
Yeah. So let's clear this up. What you guys got to understand is in America, they separate the two. But when you go to Worlds over there, they compete against the men too. When they go to Worlds, like when you go to the world tour, because it's called a world tour that they're gonna go to now, um Danielle McEwen goes every year, Brady Crowley, Simo goes over there, EJ goes over there. When they go there, they do not separate them. You'll bowl in the finals against the guy. And believe it or not, look it up. Danielle McEwen beats him all the time. So here we separate the two. But there they don't. No, you're right though. The games are a lot different. For example, Johnny, you're right. Men use the variation of the yo-yo release in the pro tour. I think that it's I don't think anybody doesn't use it.
In kind of one form or another, I guess. There's some you could watch them and possibly argue they don't, but they use the same kind of back end of the formula.
Right. But on the women's side, there's only a handful of them that do use it. About two handfuls that do use it. But
Right.
there's only three that use it to where they're loading up the ball and getting through it. The rest of them are right above the equator. Like Danielle McEwen is right above the equator. Um, Creamer right above the equator. Cote right above the equator. But then you got Verity Crawley, you got Diana, and then you got um Daria. All three, and it's funny because they all went to the same college with each other, but
Look
them
at
three load up underneath the ball like the men's tour. So
look at
yes,
look at Polar Bear.
what do you say?
Norm Duke, Walter Ray, straight up the board.
No, he's right. He's right, but them guys still use. See, I had this misconception too. Norm Duke can use the yo-yo release with the best of them.
Mm-hmm.
So they all have it in their bag. Now, the one advantage I will give the men right now over the women is there's not enough women two-handers.
Right.
The
There's only
power
a
that the
couple.
two-handers are generating, you're right. Women competing with them, it's going to be trouble. That's very, very true. However, other than Belmo and Simo, where's your two-handers that are really dominating the sport? I mean, think about it. This past season, you got O'Neal, you got Marshall Kent, EJ Tackett. The one-handers won more than the two-handers did. So yes, the men are generating more power being two-handed, but I'm still saying bowling is on an equal playing field. I mean, maybe they should have the PBA tour, right? And the PWBA tour. And then during the fall season, starting with fall league, maybe they should have it where it's the tour, where they have 6, 7, 8, 9 events to
Where they
build you
mix everyone
into the
together.
US Open. Huh?
One where they mix everyone together.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And call it the tour. So you have the men's tour, then the women's tour, and then they meet starting in the end of August for the tour. And everybody doesn't have to bowl in it, but give them the option and have majors for that to where you have a champion. Let's see, what do you say?
Kyle Troop.
Yeah, Cal Troop. No, he did. You're right. He got a win too. But I don't think Belmo got a win this year though, did he? No,
And 24. I don't believe
no.
so. No. Hang on one second. I'll be right back. I gotta switch mics.
I got you. So no, Cal Troop. I'm not saying Troop isn't the truth because when it comes to two handers, there's a big three. You got Cal Troop, you got Simo, and Belmo. Them are the three big two handers. You got Packy. Um, who else? We got Tang's boy too. Michael Tang, his partner, his pro shot partner. I forget his name, but all I'm saying is that in bowling, If they're building on the same surface you are, then we have to look at that objectively and say, okay, maybe we don't need to split it. I think it would be very interesting because again, when you go to the world tour, yeah, that's it, Chris. Bye. Yep. So when you go to the world tour, which you're gonna start seeing the girls bowl against men, and like Danielle McEwen, if you look at like the last 4 years, 5 years, she's won more than she's lost. So that's where we can't say, this is better, this is better. I just want to grow this sport, and if that means all of us competing against each other, then so be it. I think that would be an awesome concept to have, right? So as soon as A get back, what we're going to do is we're going to get into some timing real quick. So those were the clarifications though that we went through earlier, like the yo-yo release with the Ball brothers Keith. And so all of you in the chat, give me a yes or no. Do you understand the difference between loading up at the bottom in the dead zone and cupping the wrist? I'm just for clarity. Do you guys understand the difference? Let's see what we find here. And then I'm going to load up some of my shots. So you guys are going to get a chance to watch A critique me, because I don't do a good job critiquing me. I'm too hard on myself. All right. So John said he understands the difference. Polar Bear understands the difference. Brandon understands the difference. Okay, so Mr. Dirt said he doesn't understand exactly. Okay, so next week we're actually gonna get into this in detail, right? So I'm gonna have videos loaded up so you can really see it. So can everybody see my hand? My hand is straight, right? Okay, so my hand's straight and flat, right? So when you're coming down through the dead zone, that is at the bottom of your swing. And I will show you when I load up my video. So your hand's at the bottom of your swing, like this, right? So when you're coming forward, because your hand is in a ball, you rotate your hand into the inside. So and at the bottom, so it'll look more like this. Can you guys see that? So your hand is turned. You're loading up. You're loading it. So and when you bend your elbow, your hand comes underneath the ball and you're loaded. So where your thumb is at the wall, your right wall, and your pinky is straight up into the air. And then when you release the ball, you uncouple the ball, you're rolling out of it. That's called loading up the ball. And you're loading up the ball at the bottom of your swing. That's how you get under the ball. That's how you create your rev rate, right? So a cup wrist is just, so this is just a cup wrist. You're not going to unload a bowling ball with a cup wrist. You're not. If you do that, you're putting all the pressure, all of it right here. So if you're going to do that for a 12-game block, you better think twice. But when you load up, there's no pressure. Only thing you're doing is tilting your hand to load up. You're tilting and rolling out of it. And there's no pressure. I mean, you can do that for 25 shots, 300 shots. Here's an example. Yesterday, I went into the bowling alley to practice. I threw over 300 shots. That's over 300 first balls, because I was trying to teach myself something. And ordinary to teach yourself something, you need repetitions. If you Polar Bear, if you cock your wrist, you're going to get a wrist injury. I guarantee it. It's a absolute promise. If you cock your wrist. Now, if you load up your wrist, there's no problem. I mean, every pro in the PBA Tour uses it. A lot of women, again, I talked about this on the PWBA Tour, use it. And yeah, it's not a problem. I'm just trying to wait on A to get him back here so he can, so you guys,
I'm back.
So you guys can watch A critique my critique my bowling. All right, so you guys are going to see a flash while I bring up the other screen. All right. Hey, can you see this?
Yeah, I can.
All right, so I'm gonna play it real time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna slow it down and play it so we can go through points. Everybody, okay, here we go. A, you're critiquing this. You ready?
I'm ready. It's not bad. Go back again.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to take this in slow mo. You guys ready?
Good there. Good there. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Not crazy about the placement of that balance arm.
Okay, that's fine, and you're going to get to that. Now, everybody, now what I want you to do is, are you seeing? Can y'all see the cursor? Can you see the cursor, A?
I see the cursor.
Okay, so loading up the ball. Yes, I'm around the side of it, behind, but on the side. Yes, I'm under the equator, but you don't see my hand cupped, right? So let's do this again. Look, you don't see it cupped, but you see me uncoil it. Uncoiling it. See, no wrist injury can happen. Uncup. So the elbow's bent. As you can see, it's like the elbow's slightly bent. I'm getting to where I need to, and then unloading the ball. All right, so let's go back, A. You said balance arm, right? Walk them through it so they understand.
All right, I'm going to tell you when to pause. Okay, stop. Okay, now this right here, this is what we want through the whole swing up until he gets to the line. You see, guys, how we can't see Coach C's left arm right now? The reason for that is it's down in front of him. But what happens very often, and he's guilty of this too, this is something we're working on, is go forward just a little bit. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit. Stop right there. All right. See what's poking out of the left side? See his hand? That hand should still be in front of him. If that hand was in front of him, that would allow him to open his chest and his shoulders further, freeing up his arm swing. Go a little bit further. All right, right there, stop. Here, it appears, just from watching this, that he's doing what used to be called the swim move. What the swim move is or was, I don't even know if this is still a thing anymore, is as your bowling shoulder is coming forward, in other words, as the ball is coming forward, what we used to do is we used to pull our non-bowling shoulder or a balance arm back to project the other side forward. Basically, you're switching sides of which part of your chest and shoulders are facing the lanes. Now, this is an old school thing. I don't think this is still taught anymore. And this is what this does is with his arm off to the side like this, it's not relaxed. Now, when he gets to the point where he's actually going to release the ball, he does let his shoulder relax, which is good on him. This is a mistake I see tons of people doing. We call it the jet plane, where it looks like you're going to fly away. Go a little bit further forward. A little bit. Now stop right here. Okay. Now here, if you look at his balance arm, it's not out so much, but it's just kind of chill, right? That's what we want. We want that shoulder to be relaxed because we don't want to catapult the other shoulder going forward. If that other shoulder goes forward, the tendency of a lot of bowlers is they pull shots to the left for all you weirdo right-handers. Go forward again. Now, as he comes through, you can stop there. As he comes through again, this balance arm stays down. So the end of his shot is really good, right? This balance arm is really relaxed. That's what we want. It could even be more relaxed and hanging off to the side, as long as it's not going back and the other shoulder is not going forward or vice versa. You want to kind of keep them square. But go backwards just a little bit. Back, back, back. Stop. But here, this arm, we want still down. You want it down in front of you. And a good rule of thumb is to keep your thumb facing the ground, because the point of the balance arm is to balance you front to back, not to balance you side to side. A good knee bend and good posture is going to keep you balanced side to side. This is to balance you front to back as you're in motion. So we want to. This is one thing we want to work on with C's game. Go back to the start. All right, let's go if we can one step at a time. So one footstep at a time.
Step one.
Step one. Okay, so Coach C, you correct me if I'm wrong. You're still using a 5-step, yeah?
Yes, sir. That's why the first step was with the left foot.
Okay. So left foot first. As you guys see from your screen now, we can't really see the ball. So the ball's in a good spot, but also he's not moving it at all. So this step is basically just to get your body in motion and get you forward. All right. Go to step 2. All right, here's step 2. This is where Coach C is a little bit different than traditional bowlers, or doesn't follow, I guess, the traditional rules of timing. And this is
But
kind of where
explain
I guess
why.
we could get into time. Yeah. So, well, since this is your thing, you tell us.
Okay.
Why do you do this?
Okay, so now I'm gonna back this up. Now, traditionally, when this foot comes up, the ball should be meeting it. It should be meeting it, right? So the reason why this foot is down and the ball hasn't moved yet is because I'm doing what is called considered late timing. The reason why I'm manufacturing late timing is because I want, when I get to this position, this is why I do it. You see where the ball is at when my foot stops? Allows me to load up and uncoil and generate more power. That's what today's game, pro game, looks like.
Right.
Before it used to be your foot. You guys can see the cursor, right? It used to be your foot and the ball would meet at the same time. Now we want it to be later. Okay, back to you, A.
All right. So yeah, go back to that second step again.
Right there.
Okay. So everything looks good here. Posture's good. Everything looks good in the second step. So steps 1 and 2 are exactly what we want. So let's see step 3.
Except for 2, the ball should be coming out with 2 though. So for traditional,
Yeah.
it would be coming out. Now, if
Yeah.
you're trying to generate more power and have the ball behind your swing, then yes, what you want to do is you want to start a little later, and that's okay. All right, let's go to step 3.
All right. Step 3 should be our largest step. Now you're almost going into step 4.
Sorry, there's step 3.
All right. So step 3 is Coach C's push away. So he's using this, like you said, to create late timing. Everything here, aside from the timing, and I'm not saying the timing looks bad, but I'm going to say everything else here looks pretty good. So going to step 4. Step 4 should be your shortest step.
But for me, because of creating late timing, it's a little longer. Anything about this right here?
Wait, go back again. Let's do that 4th step.
That's it right there.
Okay, everything there looks fine. His step is a little bit longer than I would like, but like he said, he's trying to delay that timing a bit.
Yeah. So, but I'm also, if you watch this, guys, I'm also launching myself forward into my slide. Watch. Now focus on the legs. Don't focus on the ball yet. Just focus on the legs.
Yeah, this part's really important. Stop right there. Now, if you guys look,
I'm launching myself forward.
This is the ideal. This is what we want. If you look at his back leg, he's pushing, right? All your power is generated by your legs. There's a huge misconception amongst this sport that we generate the power with our upper body, arms, chest, shoulders, forearms. That's not where power comes from in bowl. It's all coming from your legs, and this is where it's all generated here. This push. you can see his calves are activating, which means he's pushing into the ground. He's using that as a leverage point, almost like when a track and field star starts a race. It's kind of the same idea. He's getting in a strong position and he's pushing forward into his slide. The only thing I would do differently here is, like I said, that balance arm, and this is something we're working on, would be forward. Everything else is good. If we were directly behind the camera, you would also see his head and the ball would be in alignment. The ball would actually be covering his head at this point. But we're slightly off to the right, so it's not.
Yeah, so we can see it. But for future reference, when I know we're going to do this, I'll film front, back, and side, so that way we have clarity. All right. So look, as you can see, though, I launched myself. You see that? So now again, look at where I'm at. Look at the dead zone. Look at the leverage I'm getting. You see that? I'm getting a ton of leverage on that shot. And then that uncoupling, like I said, and another big thing I want you guys to look at is the follow through. You guys seeing it? You seeing it slow time, the follow through. You see I crossed my face with it? Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. So one more look. So look, that power step is super duper important. I can't stress that enough. Dig your foot in, push to activate, stay down, uncouple it. A good follow through. All right, let's look at one more video though. I don't know what these are of, but let's do it. All right, so let's do it again. So step one.
Everything looks good. Just a single step forward just to get body motion.
Yep. So, and this is the best part though. Repeatability. You should be able to repeat this over and over and over again. So look, the ball, step 3, same thing. Step 4. Oh, look, can't see the arm.
Oh, it's gonna come. Don't worry.
You know what? Don't do that. Okay, now look. You see that power? Yep, you're right. There it is. Now look at that push. Look at that power step. Look how far down into that bend I'm getting. And look, let me let that close for a minute. Look at how I'm digging my foot in. It almost looked like I knew what I was doing.
This is the best part of your game.
And then, well, it used to not be.
Remember?
So then look, it's the uncouple process. Follow through is the same. Outcome not so good though. Ooh. But do you guys see it? Then let's play it real time. All right, let's go back to all right. So do you guys have any questions? Ooh, wait, we have a lot of Okay, so do you guys have any questions for us? Dirt, I'm glad that you said that, because the reality is when you use the variation of the yo-yo release, you have less elbow pain and less wrist pain.
Yeah, because your elbow's not locked into place the whole time, so you don't have a chance of hyperextending it. Ooh, that's a good question right there.
Oh. So first of all, as a planner, you might need to make sure, Brandon, that you got shoes that you can slide with, right? But I also understand why you're a planner, because if I'm correct, you're in Texas. Nah, that's not true. That's not true. We being 6'5" and 260 pounds ain't got nothing to do with a slide, bro. I promise you, Dirt, you can learn it. You can absolutely learn it. It's but here's the thing, you got to be willing to do drills. Drills. People don't understand this, but drills pay the bills.
Who's trying to learn it? Is it Brandon or is it
Dirk's
Doss?
trying to learn the yo-yo release. Brandon wants to learn the slide. Okay, so Brandon, here's the thing, right? Make sure you got a pair of shoes that you can slide with, right? And go slow.
Lots of one-step drills.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say next. Go slow. Swing the ball, slide into it, nice and easy. Let the ball go. Get yourself comfortable. Take it easy. And I promise you this, when it comes, if you get enough reps in, it'll become automatic in no time. So, because Brandon, the way I see it, being 6'5", 260 pounds, at some point, you're going to have problems with your knee if you keep planting. Wait, see, hold on, wait a minute. I'm not saying post every shot. I'm not your poster boy for posting. All you need to do is be able to release the ball and watch the ball go past up the dots, the arrows. After that, you can walk right out of it if that's what you want to do. Yeah, but here's the thing though, Brandon. You're wearing a knee brace because you're planting. So what do you understand what you're doing? When you plant, you're launching your body, just like I am, into a position to where you're stopping and all of your 260 pounds is compacting on your left knee or right knee if you're left-handed or right-handed. So all of your weight, all of your momentum, you're stopping every single time you're throwing the ball, which is you're compacting all of that down on your knee when you plant, every single time you plant.
Also, I'm going to piggyback off of that. Most people I know who plant don't have very much of a knee bend, and the less knee bend that you have, the worse for you.
So, and he's right, because I was going to say that too, but that's why we're a good team. And that's why we work hand in hand together. But also, when you slide, you're taking all of that pressure off your knee. And trust me, your knee will thank you for it at the end of the day. See, no trouble since. But I'm telling you, man, that slide is important. And for me, like in the videos that we were just doing, it's funny because I sent a bunch of videos to A yesterday because I don't break down my own videos. I'm too hard on myself, right? And he was like, Coach, you have a problem sliding, huh? Yep. Because it was 100 degrees yesterday with 100% humidity. It was brutal. But Brandon, one step drills. Swing the ball and slide into it nice and easy. You don't have to be. That's also a misconception too. People think you have to rip through the ball like you're Superman. You just relax and be easy. I mean, especially when you're learning something. Relax. One steps. Swing the ball, slide into it. Swing the ball, slide into it. Oh man, I felt like I'm gonna go into a Chevy Chase none situation. Uh-oh. What's this about? That's funny. All right. Anything else, eh?
I mean, that's pretty much it for the slide. I mean, just make sure you have a good pair of shoes, especially if you're in the South. If you're in
Yeah.
the humid zone, you better have slide soles.
Hey, now listen, Brandon. This is the one catch I'm going to give you, right? The last tip of the day. If you're going to try the one step drill, don't do 3 of them and be like, I got this. No, it takes time, but build and be comfortable. So do your
Also,
one step.
stretch your knee out, stretch your legs out. So many people don't stretch enough when they bowl, and if you're old like I am or Coach C is, that's going to take effect.
Yeah, I'm old. So yeah, I need to, yeah, he's right. When you get to be my age, you gotta stretch. But again, like I said, and I can't stress this enough, Brandon. When you're doing your one step, do enough. And if you think you've done enough, do 10 more. And then do your three step. Learn to do the three step. If y'all need videos on it, let me know. I'll be more than happy to show you how to do it, break it all down, and go from there. Sliding is important. Yeah, he's 49. You better learn how to stretch.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome to the club. Yeah, I'll be 49 on Sunday.
Let's see. Doss says I need to do it without a wrist brace, of course. Wait, are you
Yeah.
using a wrist brace currently?
Remember, everybody don't have a coach A, coach C to walk you through it. Remember that. Sometimes you go to a pro shop and they be like, "Here, take a wrist brace."
Yeah, I'm just asking. As you guys can tell, I'm not the biggest fan of the wrist brace.
Oh, I'm not a fan of it at all. Period. I don't think anybody should have one.
No, I don't either. I think wrist guards are okay, but that Terminator looking thing, no. Unless there's a caveat to this. If you have a major injury where you need to keep your wrist in one position, then yes, I'll grant you that. If you have ligament damage, tendon damage from something like that from back in the day, I could perfectly understand that. But if your wrist is healthy, then that Terminator arm, no way.
So here's a question: do you only have pain when you're bowling, or do you have pain all the time in your wrist and elbow? That's the question. In your normal everyday life, do you have pain in your wrist and elbow, or is it just when you
That
bowl?
that sounds like two things. That sounds like a doctor visit, and that sounds like a fit possibility. That sounds like a fit issue.
Yeah, it might be a combination of everything. When's the last time you went into a pro shop and got fitted? Because your span, you should check your span and your pitches every 6 months. Because as we age, those things change. Oh yeah, he's doing that lift at the bottom of
Oh
the.
no.
He's doing the keys.
He's from my generation.
Yeah, yeah, you doing the keys.
Lift and rip the cover off the wall. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, no. Um, yeah, no, we got you. You know what? Dirt, give me. You know what? Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna go in tomorrow and see how I can work these cameras and get all these angles right. I think I might actually put together a yo-yo release video of my own.
Good idea.
Huh?
It's a good idea.
Yeah, put together one that's detailed where cupping the wrist is not an option because again, if you're gonna try it, and Keith is amazing, but if you start cupping, you're gonna hurt yourself in a profound way, and that's no need to do that. So yeah, I got to go in and coach someone tomorrow, so I'll make a video of it, um, and give some drills that you can do to walk yourself through learning how to do the yo-yo release. Now, I do virtual lessons. I mean, it's going to cost you, but they're worth it. Or if you could always come on down and learn from the man in person. I mean, I don't know
Only
where
two
nobody's
two
located.
thousand an hour.
What'd you say?
Only 2,000 an hour.
Yeah, man, what's wrong with you, eh?
Oh, that's for me, not you. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Dirt, stay in touch. Again, I'll probably get that video out tomorrow afternoon, I think. And you guys pay attention because I'm gonna drop a video. My top 8 balls so far this year is gonna surprise a lot of people. They're not gonna see this coming.
TNT infused?
That didn't come out this year, buddy.
Didn't it?
No, it did not. Well, okay, so here's the beautiful part about what you just said, Mr. Dirt. The uncoupling part, if you're uncoupling it, whether you're straight behind it or coming around the side of it, it should be changing your rev rate. But when the uncoupling part, if you're bending your elbow down and you're coming down into your desk, if you're bending your elbow, you're getting underneath the ball, the uncoupling just happens naturally. And that happens by releasing the thumb first. But again, I will make a video detailing it and I will drop it tomorrow night. So, and then when I drop it tomorrow night, if you have any questions, you can feel more than free to email me. You can DM me on Facebook or instant messenger. I mean, or Instagram or whatever. There's so many different avenues to reach me. So, like I said, I'll drop it tomorrow afternoon. Should be evening anyway. And then we'll go from there. This is what we do. We're glad to help. So I hope everybody had a good show because I felt like it was a good show. I hope everybody had fun. Coach C, Coach A, this is the Breakpoint. We out of here. And thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a great day. What?
Said I appreciate y'all. Them, not you.
Oh, you gotta watch A. He got a smart mouth.
I do. And to preface what I said earlier, guys, just to make a quick kind of course correction. I don't hate Lewis because I think that idea is probably going to go out there like that I hate him or I dislike his attitude. I just disagree with a lot of the things he said in that video, just because I feel like Coach C said earlier, if you're bringing the public into your private bowling session, into your practice, and your comments are turned on, it's an open stage.
You're gonna get.
Anybody can say what they want to say.
Yeah, like for me, you can say whatever it is you want to say, Coach. I'm cool. I'm giving you the platform to do it. And if I can't handle it, then maybe I shouldn't give you the platform. Does that? I mean, right? I think Lewis is cool. I watch. See, this is a misconception that people don't understand. I watch Lewis. I watch Charles. I watch Darren. I watch Mikey. I watch what's the dude? Oh, Nate and Elise. I watch what's the other dude?
Which one? There's lots of them.
The dude that we just talked about last. Huh?
I'm not a fan. I watch Joel, and I'm not a huge fan of his attitude either.
Yeah, no, I don't watch. I don't know who that is, but no, I'm talking about the dude I was telling you about. The dude that bowled in Cali that I told you had a really good attitude, mental game.
Oh, Brian Kretzer.
Yeah. So I watch these people, and would I like to bowl with them and against them? Absolutely, because that's the competitor in coach. Everybody ain't competitive like that. I get that, but here's the thing, though. When I want to grow the community, so watching them, why would I not? Because I want to support them because. So they're YouTubers. I don't see them as competition. I see them as people trying to grow the sport too. And that's the important part for me is growing the sport. You know, it doesn't do me like Lewis. I seen something in his game. I messaged him, said, hey, you know what? This is a problem. I wasn't saying it to be objectifying him. I was saying it because if he corrected it, it would elevate his game to another level. Sometimes we either see ourselves we're too hard on ourselves or we don't look at ourselves to do course corrections within ourselves. So that's why it's always good to have another pair of eyes. And that's what I am.
Yeah, JR Pro Shop. Yep. JR Pro Shop's one of my favorites too. And Brunswick.
Right. And here's the part about Lewis that's so messed up in regards to the video he dropped. And Brandon, you'll probably agree with this. He says that he don't like people talking about him, but yet he started the video talking about J.R. Redmond. He started out talking about J.R. in a negative light, but yet he don't want people talking bad about him. So how does that work for you? How can you say something negative about JR? Because JR has a platform too. So why is it not okay for JR to say something, but it's okay for you?
Right. What did he say about JR?
That that he needed to stop whining. He basically said he was whining because JR had said that who you cross with matters.
Right.
And that, the dude, the cable guy.
Tim Cagle.
Yeah.
Superman, yeah.
JR had said that, who you cross with matters, and those people cross with better people. And because Lewis is friends with a guy named Chad, he wanted to read, he read verbatim part of what JR had said. And again, you want to criticize JR, but you don't want somebody criticizing you. How does that work? So
Wait,
does that mean you're better than everybody else, that people can't criticize you?
did JR cross with Tim Cagle at the trials?
I don't know if he did or not.
That
JR
would be
didn't.
interesting.
Wait, JR really did. JR really didn't say that, but he was questioning people's ability to bowl, though. Like, are they good? Are they not good? Because if he said if you cross with people that aren't good, and
Wait,
I don't even think I remember him mentioning any names. But even if he did, it doesn't matter.
wait,
What
when
matters is
okay,
here's what matters, right? If I'm going to say I don't want nobody talking about me, how can I come on and before I say that, talk about somebody else?
right, it's hypocritical.
So I mean, so that means, I mean, how does that work in your mind that you can do it, but they can't? Like what?
But there's a really important factor here. If JR was talking specifically about crossing with Tim Cagle, Tim Cagle is a right-hander who plays the left-hander's game. So what JR said would have made a whole lot of sense, playing with a lefty as opposed to someone else who's right-handed. That cross is going to be key.
Hey, Dirt, I agree with you 100%. We are entertainers. That's a fact. And that's why I said, man, I don't care. JR can be like, yo, I crossed with C, and C was playing up 10 all day. And I'd be like, okay. Because to me, man, this is fun. It's a sport. We having fun. It's a kid's game. So, yeah, I just say everybody, I mean, look, we put it all out there. So there's no need. Hey, look, I said I want to bowl against the guys. I don't know them personally. I'm not friends with them. Would I be if I met them all? Yeah. Because I'm a cool guy, easy to get to know. But I just want to bowl you. I'm not going to bash you or anything like that. Like I said, see, and me and A had this conversation before. If I had to take a doubles partner with me somewhere, I would take Lewis over Charles. Absolutely, 100 times over. Hey, don't I tell you that?
Yep, that's where we disagree.
I would take Lewis as my partner over Charles Hutchinson any day.
Brandon, this is the part that I disagree with, and let me explain why. All right, you say you agree with the loose rant. People need to quit whining about other people bowl. If we take the word whining out and we replace that with criticizing, it is perfectly okay to do that. It is perfectly okay to criticize and critique what someone else is doing in something you're interested in, whether it's bowling, whether it's basketball, whether it's race car driving, whether it's football. I mean, you guys all watch football, right? You can't tell me there hasn't been a time where you've yelled at your screen because your favorite quarterback made a pass that he shouldn't have made.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Even if you're not a pro yourself, that doesn't matter. You can still criticize and critique what other people are doing.
Right. Now, Dirt, I agree with you. And thank you very much. I try to stay. Okay, let's do this. I don't have anything to be negative about. Think about it, man. This is bowling. We're having fun bowling. What is there to be negative about? I mean, to be like, yo, I bowl with Lewis. To be like, I bowl with Charles. I bowl with Brunsnick. Those are things that should be that's exciting things right there. You know what I mean? I got a chance to bowl with Darren. You know what I'm saying? I met pros when I was down at nationals. That was
Mhm.
exciting business. We gotta talk and banter and talk about practices. That's what I'm talking about. All this other wine and stuff and all that, man. I ain't got time for that. I'm trying to have fun.
Well, this is one of the few sports where, you know, regular people have the opportunity to interact with pros
Yeah,
and play with them.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying, man. You got to understand. Like I said, this is a kids game. You know what I mean? This is a kids game. We get to go like tonight, right? I get to go with my boys, right? And I get to bowl 3 games with my dudes. We get to have fun. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna joke. I don't care if 8 people use your thing. I don't care. Don't bother me none. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm not gonna be like, oh, he using your thing. Nah, man, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I just want to have fun. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm like, Lewis, I want to bowl you, but it's gonna be fun. I mean, if I get a chance to bowl Lewis or Charles and them, y'all gonna be like, Clarence, you crazy. Coach, you crazy. Because I'm gonna have fun and joke because that's my personality. I'm not a stiff dude. That's not me. That's not me. If y'all seen me coach, well, y'all get to see me with my kids. But if y'all see me coach adults and kids, it's the same thing, man. It's laughing, it's joking. People tell me that they go home, they stomach hurt because they laugh so much. That's it, man. That's what I want to do. All the rest of that stuff, everybody else can do that. See, I would laugh so hard at them. I would, Brandon. If I seen somebody out of control at a tournament, I would laugh so hard and I would be record them and I would put a big thing like what not to do. Oh, for real, man. I would laugh so hard. That's like people we
That's,
bowl and they hit the ball return. Like, what are you hitting that thing for?
that's just sad when I see that stuff.
But they do. And I'd be like, what you hitting that for? Like, seriously?
I bowled with a guy back in league back in the day. It was a guy I worked for at one point, and he left a soft 10 and punched the wall, like punched a hole in the wall. Nearly broke his hand because of a soft 10 pin he left.
See,
So ridiculous.
that's insane right there. But that's another thing. I see I seen somebody throw a 10 pin last week and they jumped up and spin around in a circle and they were so mad. And I'm like, dog, your ball read way too late. I mean, but I guess that's where knowledge comes in. Like I never get mad at a 10 pin because I know I'm gonna leave it before I leave it 9 out of 10.
Right.
So if the ball don't read when it's supposed to and it gets behind the head pin, you're gonna leave it. Or if your angle is it's too sharp, you're gonna leave it. You know what I mean? It's just so many things. But why be mad about it? Just pick it up. It's all right. It's cool. That's why spare game matters.
Above all,
See, I like how Dirt positioned that. He said life is too hard, and when you watch videos, it's supposed to put you at ease, give you a little bit of something to do. Man, listen, man, I I am not a Texas guy. I am not a Texas fan. My wife wants to move when the boys graduate, and I told her Texas is not an option. Arizona, yeah, I mean, but Texas, no. You got to be a special kind of person living in Texas. I ain't that special. But I do want to bowl in a regional down in Texas, though. So Brandon, give me the skinny on some regionals down there so I can make a trip. And no, I ain't driving. Just in case anybody
of
was
course
curious.
not.
That's definitely over an hour.
Come to West Texas. There you go.
I've been to West. What's that in West Texas? I don't know where I was in Texas. I've been to Houston and Dallas, and I ain't like either one of them. Matter of fact,
No?
no, at all. San Angelino. I've never been there before. Chris said Texas is all right. I'm telling you, I think I'm moving to Arizona, man. And then that's where I'm gonna open up my big training facility, and then I'm gonna let the world see that Coach is one of the best in the world. I'm talking
There
about
you go.
coaching. Bowling, I'm too old. I may never be one of the best in the world. Best I can hope is to win the title on a senior tour. That's true. And you know, a lot of people out here complain about two-handers. I don't get it. Why complain? Just bowl.
Can't beat them, join them.
Oh man. I don't know how to feel about that, Brandon. Yeah, you can't beat them, join them. I can bowl two hands and one hand, but I prefer one. And I'm not even bowling with my dominant hand. Ain't that funny? Hey, did you see Brandon said they're going to string pins at his bowling alley? That's
Nice.
dirty.
Nothing wrong with that. Not gonna hurt your scores.
I don't know. I don't know about string pins, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I got a bowl on it, but I wouldn't want to.
I think people are overthinking them. I think they're
Maybe.
fine.
Well, there's only one way to really find out, isn't there? But look, guys,
Yep.
I gotta run because I got a bowl tonight, and I still gotta go do some stuff. I got errands to run before I go bowl, and I only got less than 2 hours to do that. So, oh wait, there's more.
The chat's never ending.
It isn't, is it? it just isn't. So, but no, I mean, being positive is good. It is. How is it that West Texas only got one bowling alley? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe we need to open a bowling alley in West Texas that ain't string pin.
Open a string of them. String of string pins. Brandon says 642 tonight.
Hey, make sure y'all put that in the community tab, please. I guess I could come back and look at this chat too, but I prefer y'all put in the community tab because tonight I'm actually going to post the final box score, so you'll be able to see your number. So I like it to be in the community tab so people can't say they said something they didn't. But anyway, I trust you guys. Thank you guys for again tuning in. This is Coach C. This is Coach A. Tonight I'm going to light it up.
816.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I was trying to, I'm trying to go after 800 anyway. I'm trying to make tonight an honor score. I better do something with my bowling balls at 6,000 plus grit. If they overhooking, then I just quit bowling at Park Lanes. I'm going to have to go to Forest Hills. No, that ain't going to happen. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. See you next week.
Take it easy, guys.